Let me tell you something that might bruise your ego, but could protect your trading career for the rest of your life. The gap between a trader with $2,000 and a trader managing 12 million is not the strategy, not the indicator, not the entry trigger, and not some hidden code that only institutions understand. Money were created by strategies alone. Every person with Wi-Fi and a charting platform would already be wealthy. But look around carefully. Traders remain stuck at the same level year after year, blowing accounts, funding new ones, repeating identical mistakes with different indicators. They blame the market, blame manipulation. They blame brokers. They blame unlucky timing. But they rarely blame the true source of the problem, how they think and how they behave under pressure. The biggest illusion ever sold in trading is the myth of the $1,000,000 strategy. People believe that once they finally discover the perfect setup, the flawless combination of indicators, the right mentor, everything will transform overnight. So they jump from system to system. 1 month it's scalping, the next month it's ICT, then smart money concepts, then pure price action, automated bots driven by AI. Every losing streak pushes them to search again, and every time something fails, they say the strategy doesn't work. Here is the uncomfortable truth most traders avoid. Strategies rarely fail people. People fail strategies. A professional can generate returns using a very simple framework, support and resistance, a clean moving average, even a structured breakout model. Meanwhile, a beginner can lose money using the most advanced methodology in the world. Why? The real bottleneck is not on the chart, it's in your psychology, your fear, your greed, your impatience, your need to prove yourself right, your inability to accept controlled losses. Silent forces slowly erode any edge you think you have. Even if a system has positive expectancy, emotional interference can destroy it. A professional trader does not wake up asking, "Can I make money today?" He wakes up asking, "How can I execute my process flawlessly today?" That subtle shift separates amateurs from professionals. Beginners chase income, professionals chase consistency, and consistency over time creates income. So if it isn't the strategy, what produces multi-million-dollar growth? It's how you think about risk, time, setbacks, and opportunity. It's how you respond when a trade moves against you. It's how grounded you remain after a large win. Whether you can follow the same rules when your emotions are screaming at you to break them. A $2,000 trader often thinks in survival mode. Every position feels critical. Every loss feels personal. Every win feels like proof of talent. This attachment creates internal pressure. Pressure leads to impulsive decisions. $1,000,000 trader thinks in probabilities. 1 trade means almost nothing. 10 trades mean little. 100 trades begin to matter. They understand trading is a statistical business played over time. Being right is secondary. Being disciplined is primary. The smaller trader is obsessed with turning small money into big money quickly. They search for the shortcut, the breakout that changes everything. The larger trader is obsessed with staying in the game, survival first, growth second. They know that if capital is protected and execution is consistent, compounding will handle the rest. Mindset resembles gambling dressed as ambition. The other is structured decision, making under uncertainty. The market does not reward intelligence alone. It does not reward effort alone. Rewards behavior. You can be brilliant and still lose if you lack discipline. You can work tirelessly and still fail if your emotions dictate decisions. Professionals train their minds like elite athletes train their bodies. Emotional control is developed before capital is scaled. Losses are accepted before profits are pursued. Execution quality is refined long before dreams of millions. Until this is understood deeply, no indicator will rescue you. You can buy every course available. You can study every strategy on YouTube. If your mindset stays unchanged, your equity curve will reflect that. The journey from 2,000 to 12 million does not begin with a chart pattern. It begins with a mental shift. It begins when you stop asking which strategy will make me rich and start asking, what kind of trader must I become? That question alters everything. Trading is not a machine you master. It is a mirror that reflects you. It exposes impatience. It punishes ego. It destroys decisions rooted in hope. And it rewards calm, disciplined execution repeated over time. The myth of the miracle strategy keeps people trapped because they search externally for a solution to an internal flaw. Traders with small accounts aren't trading markets. They are trading fear. Every dollar feels heavy. Every candle feels threatening. Every stop loss feels like failure. Becomes emotional. When capital turns into hope, logic disappears. This scarcity mindset fuels desperation, and desperate traders break rules. Professionals separate trading capital from survival money. The moment rent or self-worth depends on a single trade, the psychological battle is already lost. They see small capital as seed capital. A seed is not judged daily. It is protected and given time to grow. You don't dig it up every morning to check progress. Create conditions for growth and let compounding work. When you shift from "this is all I have" to "this is capital with purpose," behavior changes. You stop forcing entries. You reduce overtrading, you control risk per idea. Trading becomes quieter and more stable. The difference between chasing fast wealth and building wealth intelligently is patience. Money is emotional and loud. Compounding is quiet and often boring. And boredom in trading is powerful. Traders fail not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack patience. They want validation today. Professionals delay gratification. They understand that 1% and 2% gains, repeated with discipline, become exponential over time. The human brain craves instant rewards, but professionals train themselves to respect slow growth. Beginners ask, "Can I make?" Professionals ask, "How much can I lose?" Controlled risk reduces fear. Reduced fear increases discipline. Discipline creates consistency. Scarcity says this trade must work. Abundance says another opportunity will come. Scarcity chases price. Abundance waits. Scarcity breaks rules. Abundance follows structure. Internalizing this takes repetition. It takes experiencing losses without abandoning the plan. It takes missing trades without revenge entries. It takes choosing discipline over excitement repeatedly until it becomes identity. Psychology in trading is not about eliminating emotion. It's about mastering behavior despite emotion. They simply refuse to let those feelings dictate execution. Fear is natural. Volatility triggers biological responses. Heart rate rises. Thoughts accelerate. Beginners react impulsively. Professionals expect discomfort. They interpret volatility as potential, not danger. Discomfort becomes part of the process rather than a signal to escape. Greed is more deceptive. It appears during winning streaks. It tempts traders to increase size recklessly. Professionals respect their rules most when things are going well. They understand that one oversized trade can erase months of progress. Waiting is another misunderstood skill. Beginners equate activity with productivity. Professionals know that selective inaction protects capital. Boredom is discipline in disguise. Losses are expected. They are business expenses. Beginners take them personally. Professionals detach identity from outcome. If the rules were followed, the trade was successful regardless of result. Risk management is decided before entry. Capital preservation is priority one. Without capital, there is no opportunity. Professionals build routines, pre-market preparation, structured execution, post-market review. These systems reduce emotional interference. They rely on structure, not motivation. Radical self-honesty is essential. Emotional decisions often hide behind technical excuses. Exposes patterns. Documentation transforms confusion into clarity. Rules exist to protect you from yourself. Maximum risk limits. Daily loss caps. Trade frequency boundaries. Decisions are made before trades go live, not during emotional spikes. Success is redefined as flawless execution. When process becomes the metric, emotional volatility declines. Over time, confidence grows from trusting your behavior rather than recent profits. Mental training matters. Visualizing disciplined execution, accepting losses before they occur, reviewing objectively, emerges from repetition, not perfection. Identity ultimately shifts. You stop seeing yourself as someone trying to get rich and start seeing yourself as a risk manager. Confidence becomes quiet and stable. Time becomes an ally instead of an enemy. Professionals respect years, not days. They know compounding requires survival. Survival requires discipline. And here is what many never realize: once this mindset solidifies, the market begins to feel different. Not easier, but clearer. You stop reacting to every fluctuation. You begin filtering information instead of absorbing everything emotionally. News becomes context, not chaos. Social media opinions lose influence. You trust your framework more than external noise. As capital grows, psychological demands increase. Larger position sizes magnify emotional swings if mindset is fragile. Why true scaling only works when identity is stable. A trader who has not mastered discipline at $2,000 will collapse at 200. The Lawson amplifies weaknesses before it rewards strengths. There will be drawdowns, periods where your edge underperforms. Professionals expect these seasons. They reduce risk, maintain structure, and avoid dramatic changes. Amateurs overhaul everything at the first sign of difficulty. Professionals adjust gradually and rationally. Resilience becomes a defining trait, not emotional hype. Steady persistence, showing up daily, reviewing data, executing selectively, protecting capital relentlessly. Eventually, something remarkable happens. Trading stops feeling like a fight. It becomes routine. Calm analysis replaces anxiety. You measure success in disciplined streaks, not dollar amounts. The obsession with quick wealth fades, replaced by commitment to mastery. Is how large accounts are actually built, quietly, intentionally, with strict risk control and unwavering consistency. There is no dramatic breakthrough moment. Thousands of disciplined decisions compounded over time. If you truly want transformation, stop searching for the magic formula. Start refining your behavior. Audit your risk. Strengthen your patience. Document your weaknesses. Build structure that protects you from emotional impulses. Because in the end, the distance between 2,000 and 12 million is not a secret strategy hidden in the shadows. It is the distance between reacting and responding, between gambling and managing risk, between chasing outcomes and executing process. When you close this gap internally, the external results begin to follow. Not instantly, not dramatically, but steadily and sustainably. And steady growth, protected by discipline and guided by patience, is what ultimately separates those who participate in markets from those who truly master them.